Head Coach Dean Wilson. I'm Dom Izzo. Welcome to our winter schedule of our game of the week. Coach, we get a doozy to start our coverage this winter with the Roseau Rams and the Moorhead Spuds. 25 of the last 28 years, either one of these teams has won the section championship. It's, like I said, the best rivalry, I think, in the state of Minnesota.
You got two teams with enriched with a tradition. My hands are sweating right now. Just thinking it's only December 9th or whatever, so it's that'll be a great game.
A look at the early standings in Section 8AA. Moorhead off to a great start at 3-0. With Roseau, this is their first section game. They've played some doozies we'll talk about during the broadcast already, with games against Grand Rapids, Edina, and Centennial. Those are three powerhouses in the state. A look at our players to watch as we'll get ready for this matchup. Let's start with the Roseau Rams, and one of their top wingers, Alex Verbout, comes in. 4 goals and 2 assists already this season.
This is a guy that can find the back of the net. He's already shown it. They've only played a few games already. He can put the puck in the net if you don't watch him.
For the Moorhead Spuds, he was all over ESPN a couple weeks ago, Coach. Carter Ranklev had a hat trick in that win over Brainerd. Already 9 goals in the first 5 games of the season.
He's got 11 points. He's averaging 2 points a game. That's phenomenal. And he's only going to get better as the season progresses, so he can put the puck in the net, too.
Now let's take a look at our goaltenders. They're going to face them heavy shots tonight. Oliver Lee in the nets for the Rams. A 2-3 record with a 3.5 goals against average. He's faced some impressive competition, though. Pretty good GAA facing the teams he already has.
Well, that's what I say. When you're playing in Minnesota, you can't take a night off. Obviously, Roseau, they want to cut down those goals against a little bit, but Lee will play well in the net tonight.
The opposing goaltender back in the net after a sensational junior year, Lance Leonard. Guided the Spuds to the state title game, a 4-1 record. Look at that GAA, 2.14. Save percentage near 90. Probably wants that a little bit higher, but he's been rock solid on the back end for Moorhead.
I say this all the time. It starts in net and you work your way out. You got a great leader in there. Guys look up to him. They expect him to have a good night, and it all starts from goaltending.
When you have a matchup like this, and we're 5-6 games into the season, this is a good barometer already. You have a good rivalry game here. We're still a couple weeks before Christmas.
Well, I always tell our players, it's a baseline where you're at. You don't want to get too high if you win, and you don't want to get too low if you lose. It's where you're at and where you got to go from here.
As I mentioned, these two teams, you can almost guarantee they're going to play 3 times, twice in the regular season, and either for the chance to go to state or somewhere in the section tournament. So this is likely the first of 3 meetings they're going to have against one another.
It's like playing juniors, best of the 5, and you might as well start it tonight.
The Spuds with a ton of attention heading into this season. Of course, they're going to be featured on Hockey Day in Minnesota in January. And also now the Fox Sports North crew is here tonight, part of the documentary show Dream State that's going to feature the Moorhead Spuds. I ask you, the head coach, a lot of distractions, a lot of people talking about this team. How do you block that out, especially as the head coach tell these guys, hey, you're not that good or you haven't won anything yet?
I think you keep it in perspective. Emmerman's going to talk about it all the time. It's about not what's going around us. It's what's with our team and what's happening on the ice, and to stay focused on that.
They're going to get everybody's best shot, no doubt, during this entire season. We'll pause now for our national anthem. Great job there by the Moorhead Pep Band. Crowd still filling in here. Earlier start than normal, but when you have a 4.5-hour trip back like Roseau does, they want to get these games in, start them a little bit earlier on. These teams, I mentioned, played 3 times last year. Roseau won the first matchup at home. Then the Spuds dominated the last 2 games, Coach. 7-0 and then 6-0 in the section championship. 13-0 in the last 2 meetings they had. They clearly were the better team over the last 2 meetings.
No doubt, Moorhead's had a good run as of late and done well, but I think of the tradition from Roseau, they'll come to play, and they always have something to prove of the legacy of that town.
These 2 teams know each other so well. Andy Lundbohm, the head coach for this Roseau Ram team. John Ammerman leading the Spuds. Each of them want to be on top of Section 8AA come the the end of February and heading into March with that exclusive spot waiting at the state hockey tournament in St. Paul. Top lines are out against one another. Cole O'Connell against Bryce Johnson will take this opening draw. Glad you're joining us as we start our winter sports coverage on WDAY's Extra. Rams in the traditional green jerseys, Moorhead in the white with the orange stripe. Johnson with his pass ahead. That gets taken away from him. Ethan Frisch back to get it for Moorhead. Junior defenseman who's already committed to play at the University of North Dakota. That one taken away. That shot just goes wide of the net from Nathan Adrian, who's already got 3 goals early on in this season. Number 11 in green. Left behind by Verbout. Taken away by O'Connell. This top line returns from last year. O'Connell centering Jack Stetz, the quarterback of the Moorhead football team, and Ranclev. Arguably, Coach Wilson, this might be the best line in the state. That's an early turnover there, nearly picked away by Isaac Hinkemeyer-Howe. Comes back out to Stetz, and he'll throw that back in. Pretty good when you have that kind of continuity. As we get an icing call here. When you have that kind of continuity of a top line, and all those pieces come back for the following season, look out.
No doubt, and I always say about it's when tryouts come, where you don't have to focus so much on tryouts. You've already got the team established.
Yeah.
Some years you got 16 guys, your varsity players are getting after it right away.
Hinkemeyer-Howe takes that against Aaron Huglen. Quick shot in off the draw, and Leonard will cover that up. Huglen, number 8 for the Rams, has committed to play at the University of Minnesota. So we've got some high-end talent in the rink tonight. Spuds win the draw. That was shot off the sideboards by Parker Dronin. Control here along the sideboards. Huglen tried to play that deeper. He missed the early part of the season. Now back with this Ram team. Dronin gets that on to Kyler Clevin. Played that deeper into the zone. Taken away by Tal Halliday for Roseau. Huglen tried to spin that one. Lost an edge. Paul Huglen back on it for the Rams. That pass comes out. Here's Huglen in across the line. Lost control of the puck, though, and comes back. Hinkemeyer-Howe backhands that one, and the Spuds will change it up. And that's actually too far beyond the red line, and that's an icing. And the faceoff will come deep here in the Spud zone.
Most of these guys playing the fall league now, they got 20 games under the belt. You can already see it already where years ago it was little rusty, passes are off. A lot of these guys are already in sync, and it's early in the season.
Jarrett Nelson, wearing number 46, takes the draw on Landon Overbo as the number 3 lines will get out there for its first shift. Overbo got that into the zone. Nelson there first to the puck. Comes on to Nick Geroy. Geroy had it taken away from in, onto the back. Frisch throws it to the net. Saved there by Lee. Rebound chance in front. And the Rams onto it first. Comes all the way back on. Frisch with a backhanded pass to his defense partner, Parker Larson. And on the far side is Tommy Horan. Comes back out to center, and the Rams regather. Taylor Johnson with a shot that goes wide of Leonard. Overbo will take this behind his own net. Just underway, couple of minutes gone in this first period. Glad you're joining us wherever you're watching tonight. Beginning of our winter sports coverage, leading up, of course, to our North Dakota State Tournament championships in hockey and in basketball. That one's shot back in. We're glad, though, we can get across the river. Give you one of the better games in the state of Minnesota. Carson Kovalovog play that one. Banked it off the net. His defense partner is Luke Grammer. He's on it now. Grammer Good headman pass on to Stetz. Stetz tips that one to the zone. Top line back out there for the Spuds. Try to get worked off the puck. It's on to O'Connell. O'Connell, nice little toe drag there, but it's taken away from him. Josh Olson onto it for the Rams, who backhands it in. Roseau trying to complete a line change. They wave off the icing. Ranclev on it. Back to Grammer. Good forecheck here from the Rams. Grammer's got to go behind his own net to retreat to it. Now on to Stetz. Muscled off the puck there. The one pitchforked into the air. Back to Grammer. Now Ranclev on the far side. Now with a head of steam. Here comes Ranclev. Look at this speed. Ranclev never got the shot on goal. It was tipped away. Boy, he went from A to B pretty quickly there.
Yeah, as a defenseman, that was a misjudgment. He's coming fast.
Ranclev will backhand this one in, and the Spuds will complete a line change. Played off the boards. Controlled there by Olson. Played ahead, a little backhand play, knocked away. As back comes Parker Larson. Larson leaves it on the far side for Clevin. Never could get a shot off. Good keep there by Larson. And he'll go back to get this one after Roseau chipped it out. He'll leave it for Frisch. I'm not sure he's come off the ice yet, number 5. You love that old school defenseman mentality, though, and you never leave the ice.
Yeah, only Zamboni time.
Frisch, who played on one of the USA Select teams a couple of years ago. Really got his name known around the country down at a tournament in Frisco, Texas a couple of summers ago. Shortly after that, he committed to the University of North Dakota. And he hadn't even played a minute of varsity hockey before he had committed to UND, which I know is another thing that's changed since your playing days.
Yeah, they're picking him younger now. You know, they're watching him at Pee-wee level now.
Comes here on the near side. That's controlled by Overbo. Trying to move it ahead. That's shot back into the zone by Chase Reed from Roseau. Kavalivog will backhand a pass. That one from Grammer is too fall. That's going to be an icing call against the Spuds. And we'll get a face-off here deep in the Moorhead end with 11:54 remaining in the opening period. A scoreless game. You see it there on the Taco John scoreboard.
Well, you just noticed the transition. It's moving fast.
It is.
It's how many couple whistles already and moving fast. Not a lot of space and time for these guys.
Roseau wins the draw. That shot deflected. Came in from the point from Olson. Out in front of Champ. No deal there as Leonard was able to knock it away for Bout. It was right there at the side of the net. Comes onto the point. Olson's shot deflected. Grammer tried to get to that. And there is Johnson trying to loosen the puck free. He's able to do that. Backhands a pass now. Adrian circles. Puck loose in the slot. Comes back on. Adrian with a backhander. And a good pad save there from Lance Leonard. Puck comes on to Kavalivog. He'll get that ahead to Ranclev. Out of the reach of O'Connell. But Ranclev gets it back. Ranclev with a wrist shot that goes wide of the net. Out of the far side. O'Connell just whacked at it, goes straight up into the air. Stetz trying to get to it. Stetz onto it. Fires a shot through about 3 guys. It's deflected to the near side. O'Connell gives it to Stetz. Out of the reach of Ranclev. Nice maneuvering there to avoid a check. Ranclev centers a pass. Loose puck in front of the net. It's still there. And finally the Rams are able to get to it with Hughlin. He can't get it out of the zone. Now finally does. Roseau badly needs a change. They'll get it now. Frisch trying to direct Parker Larson, who gets it ahead. Nice feed up ahead to Connor Clevin. Clevin, though, sticked away from him, and the Spuds have to get back on side. Good pace to this game so far, Coach, like you mentioned.
Yeah, it's moving, you know, and not giving them really a lot of scoring opportunities yet.
That puck will go too far for an icing call, and we'll get the face-off back in the Spud zone. I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, Roseau comes in a mark of 2-3. You look at their losses, though, here. They lost to Grand Rapids, who's the defending 2A champs. Edina's the number 1 team in the state, and Centennial's number 6. I don't think there's any shame in the teams that they've lost to.
And I've always said that with the schedule these guys play, when you're playing in Minnesota, you got to come every night, and you're playing quality teams.
That shot there from Nelson never got through. Comes along here on the near side. Dronin try to whack that up, and it comes back in. Lee will let this go. Jacobson tried to get to it first for Roseau. beaten to the puck by Dronen. He'll leave it for Hinkemeyer-Howe. Got it whacked away from him. Grammer played it back deeper into the zone. Knocked away. Back come the Rams. Grammer to it first, though. Good headman pass on to Clevin. Leaves it for Hinkemeyer-Howe with a shot and a save. Rebound chance down low, and Lee got it. Good first scoring opportunity of the game for the Spuds, and Oliver Lee with a couple of big saves.
Yeah, nice little drop pass in the slot. Good patience, saucing it up in the air a little bit. Good patience attacking the net and letting it rip. Good shot on net. Rebound was available, but Lee covered it up pretty quick.
Replays sponsored tonight by Eleni's. We thank them for that. Off the shot. Loose puck there. Never really got through to Lee. Backhanded attempt. Comes out of Horan. Horan trying to get off a check. Puck waiting behind the net for Overbo. He comes out of the back. That one shot in wide from Larson. That number one defense pairing rarely leaves the ice for the Spuds. Control on the half wall here. Comes out. Horan in the slot. Fires a shot and it just goes wide of the net. Rebound is out. The puck is sitting on the net and we'll get the whistle here. And the faceoff will come outside the zone with 8:59 remaining in the opening period.
Yeah, Horan had an opportunity. We always say shots taken, shots on net. You got to make them count because you might leave here 1-0 tonight, so you got to make sure those count.
I've seen a lot of deflections so far in this game. Off the draw. As Brennan Borden tried to get that one in. Back to get it is Giroy. Nick Giroy tried to play that ahead for Hughlin. Loose puck in the slot. Comes onto the stick of Brennan Borden. Leaves it now. Here's Stetz taking it. Stetz onto Larson. Good keep at the blue line. Gives it back to Stetz. Stetz waiting. Try to backhand a puck. That one goes right in on net. And Lee had to knock it away. Now here's O'Connell. Try to keep it in the zone. Frisch will send that one just a little bit deeper in. Play has been mostly in the Roseau end here in the first period. Here's O'Connell. Lost an edge. And back come the Rams. Here's Aaron Hughlin. Hughlin backhands a pass, trying to get it over to Brennan Borden, but taken away. And here's O'Connell back the other way for the Spuds. Cole O'Connell waiting for some help. Circles back. That pass deflected across, comes over to Stetz. Stetz just throws a big-time hit on Hughlin. Good collision there at the side of the net. Intercepted. Aaron Hughlin back for the Roseau Rams. That'll be sent in off the boards. Roseau will change it up. Grammer on it for the Spuds. Dangerous pass right through the slot. Rams are quick to get to onto the forecheck. Bryce Johnson had it for a second. Intercepted, Dronen out of his reach. Hinkemeyer-Howe right in front of our microphones. Good stuff there. No penalties either here, Coach. We've been pretty free-flowing in this opening period.
There hasn't been a lot of major hits, so guys are playing the game.
Back for it is Verbout. Alex Verbout waiting. Still controls it. Verbout circles the net. Puck right at the side of the net there, but Lance Leonard hugged the pipe. That one comes back out to center as Dronen was able to get it there. It'll be shot back in by Johnson. Grammer back to get it for the Spuds. 6:45 remaining in the opening period of a scoreless game. Sent into the zone by Clevin. A little dump and chase here for the Spuds. Nolan Wester out there with a backhanded. Comes on. Frisch with a drive, and it never got through. Good deflection there from Chase Reed. That one will sting in the morning. Frisch trying to play that one deeper. Comes over onto the far side for Johnson. He'll backhand that one onto the stick of Jacobson. Taylor Jacobson trying to survey the scene here. Good Spud forecheck. Overbo took it away, but the Rams are able to regather. This is going to be icing, though. They needed that one, and they'll get a change.
It has been in Roseau a little bit more, but what I love about Roseau, and I have to brag a little bit, is in the sense of rink rats. They don't panic, no turnovers. Yeah. They're looking around, they're waiting for a guy to get open. So I like that about them. They're not panicking, giving it away, even though it's in their end.
Off the draw. On it right now is Horan. Horan circling in the slot. Comes back out, a shot and a save by Lee. How about Horan just with that great reach, not allowing anybody to take it away from him. comes back out near center, and here's Frisch on it again. Taken away by the Rams. Josh Olson on it. Stripped away from him. O'Connell onto the puck. O'Connell with a backhander out of the reach of Ranklev. Good hit there on Halliday. Played along deeper along the boards. Olson trying to get that one out. Frisch will go back to get it as the Rams will change it up. 5:18 remaining in the opening period. Scoreless game. Had some good hits. A couple of scoring opportunities. Here comes Stets. Taken hard to the boards. Good job by Nick Giroy to knock him off the puck. And Giroy's onto it now for the Rams. He'll play that ahead. Up to Alex Verbout and into the zone. Grammer taken off the puck there by Verbout. Grammer gets it one more time. A little assistance there from Stets. He'll play it behind the net for Carson Kovalovog. Back to Grammer. 4:45 remaining in the period. Ranklev trying to undress the defender. Puck comes right in. Stick checked away there by Lee. Played high off the glass. And this one will come all the way down for an icing. Ranklev almost into that defender what he did a couple of weeks ago that got him on SportsCenter, Coach, where he went through the defender's legs. Here he is again.
He's trying to dangle a little bit. You know, you got a D that's 6'4" on you, you know, so he's got a little reach to him to push his arms out and keep him at bay a little bit.
Yeah, Giroy wasn't going to let him get made a fool of there.
Yeah.
That move is impossible. And Ranklev said he'd been trying it for a while in practice and finally got the gumption to do it in a game. That's offside. As Reed tried to get it as Jarrett Nelson, and the faceoff will come outside the zone. He finally said, I'm going to try it, and then it ended up working and got him all over ESPN.
You know, the good players are always trying stuff. You see them in practice, you giggle, you go, that's not going to work. But that's how you make it happen. You know, you think of these shootouts nowadays.
Right. Well, the kids see it every night in the NHL where you got the crazy moves in the shootout.
Yeah. If it works, it's great.
And if it doesn't, it drives you crazy, right?
No doubt. Keep it simple.
4 minutes remaining in the opening period. Puck comes out. Shot from Larson and a save by Lee. Larson had a clear angle at that attempt, but a good save.
Yeah, a few of those shots, though, they've been from far out, so they should be an easy save for a goalie. You know, working the point. He's still weighed out the perimeter. That should be an easy save if the goalie can see it.
It's been a rare clean alley for the Spuds to shoot from here so far. Frisch wrists one at the net. That was patted away and off the netting by Lee. And of course, we've got a stoppage here with 3:49 remaining in this opening period.
Yeah, Rose has done a good job of packing it down. You know, it's hard to find that lane to get to the net, and they're blocking shots, and they know what they got to do to try to stay with Moorhead.
Big drive from Frisch. That got the pipe and hit the top of the crossbar from Frisch. You heard it.
I think Lee thought it was in.
Yeah, he ducked a little bit, too. Comes back. Oh, that was a seeing eye shot from number 5, who's got the puck right now.
Like they say, a game of inches.
Rams are back onto it with Brennan Borden. Knocked back in. Lee will play with the big goal stick and leave it for Nick Giroy, one of the top defensemen of this Roseau team. Intercepted. Stets gains the blue line. He's into the zone. Centers a pass. Deflected into the netting. And the stoppage. Roseau got its sticks down there to prevent any kind of passes through that slot area. Another look here at that shot from off the pipe here from Ethan Frisch.
You know, like I said, it just dinged it and went right up. Like I said, a game of inches, yeah.
You're right. Looked like Lee thought it was behind him.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a blast. 3 minutes left, opening period. Good game so far. No score if you're just joining us. These two old rivals meeting for the first time this season. Played there by Carson Kovalovog up to Ranklev. O'Connell lets it go. Comes back to Halliday. Plays it across to Olson. Grammer back with it on the Spuds. Headman pass on. Taken away. Nicely done there from Josh Olson. Got it away from Ranklev. Ranklev will fight under the boards. Able to spin out with it now. Ranklev wants to throw a hit there on Bryce Johnson. Comes back out to the point. Grammer tries to just wrist one at the net, deflected away onto the far side. O'Connell couldn't get to it first. Backhands a pass to Grammer, who shoot that back in. Spuds are completing a line change, but they were behind the red line. That's an icing call on Moorhead.
You know, both teams are averaging 3 to 4 goals a game. You know, Roseau hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but their game plan might be a little different too. You know, playing real strong defensively and wait for our opportunities.
Just pounce at the right time, you're saying. Horan off the draw, got it to center ice. Lost an edge though. Muscled away from Overbo, comes back out near center, and Frisch back to regather for the Spuds. Leaves it for Larson. Taken away from him. In comes Reed. Reed with a shot that got deflected off of Frisch. To the far side. Horan will play it there. Frisch gives it ahead to Nolan Westra. Out of the far side. Tipped into the zone by Horan, but taken away there by Giroy. Westra tried to force it loose. Number 3 line out here for the Spuds. Horan. Kind of whack at that one, played a little bit deeper into the zone. Larson to it first for Moorhead. Onto the back. Overbo leaves it there. Back. Larson with a shot and a big save by Lee. That was through a screen, but he got it. Comes back out to Taylor Johnson. That pass comes out of Chase Reed. He'll wait for some help here as we get the announcement of 1 minute remaining in the opening period. Intercepted from Nelson. That's backhanded in. Giroy will go hard to the boards there with Parker Dronin. Referee's telling him to move it. Caught up in the skates right now. He's yelling at him to move it. It's still caught up, and finally it's jammed loose. Comes along the near wall. Out. Grammer with a shot that was deflected off a skate, and that will go into the stands. And we'll get a face-off here with 31.7 remaining in the opening period.
You know, you got 30 seconds left. Look at the shots on net, 9-4. Right. You know, you're always trying to shoot for 10, 15 shots per period if you want to have success putting the puck in the net. Well, I think this period of the matchup, maybe the third unit. It's not 1 and 2 right now. It's the Spuds' third line that's getting up there and making things happen.
Off the draw, that shot from Stets goes just wide. Frisch able to pinch in and keep it in the zone. Control along the near side. He'll come back to get it. We're down to the final 20 of the opening period of a scoreless game here on WDAY's Extra. Also streaming online. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching tonight. Stets had it taken away from him. Comes back out near center. Frisch will leave it for Larson. Gets that in. Shot there from Ranklev. Wristed away by Lee, and the horn sounds to end an entertaining opening period here. Each team had a couple of chances. Roseau defensively really impressive though, Coach Wilson, here in the opening period.
You know, I think they're playing within themselves. You know, like I said, they're rink rats. You know, I like that they're not panicking. They're not getting a lot of opportunities. I got to give Moorhead credit too. They're on them. They don't get a lot of space and time, but Moorhead or Roseau's not turning it over. And but you know, with time will tell if it's in Roseau's end. It obviously is not in your favor.
Shots on goal favor of the Spuds at 9-4. At the end of one on the Taco John scoreboard, it's Moorhead nothing, Roseau nothing. Our intermission report is coming up next.
In the fast-paced world of medicine, how can you keep up? What do you need to know, and what is just information overload? Join me, Tracy Briggs, every Wednesday night during the WDAY-WDAZ News at 10 as I talk to Essentia Health medical professionals about the latest developments in medicine, cutting-edge procedures, and everyday tips for keeping you and your family healthy throughout the year. It's Essentia Health Medical Insight every Wednesday on the WDAY-WDAZ News at 10.
calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-581-6004. That's 1-800-581-6004. Call now, 1-800-581-6004.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lee Gomez. Caught the tail end here of a special ceremony at the end of the first period honoring Moorhead Superintendent Dr. Lynn Kovash, who is retiring. She's battling pancreatic cancer after 35 years in the Moorhead School District. Honored with a stick from the Spud hockey team. Pretty good moment there here to end this opening period of play, where she's had a very courageous and public bout with cancer, and we wish her the best here in the upcoming